Thanks for joining us today at Unstuck Your Business Podcast.
You went into business with a passion to explore your skills and talents and show the world what you can do to contribute into our society and into our economic ecosystem. But a couple of years into the business and your drive and motivation has dwindled, and now you feel stuck.
When you find yourself at this crossroad of thoughts and emotions, how do you deal with it? In this podcast, we talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of entrepreneurship to help you unstuck your business. We are your hosts, Inés Nazario Vega from Business Essentials Virtual Assistants.
And Edith Duran from Reason Marketing.
Welcome to Unstuck Your Business. Today, we are diving into the incredible work that Creating Jobs, an organization dedicated to developing businesses in impoverished communities, is doing around the world. Can we just restart that? Let me see.
Yes, I don't know if it was my connection, if anyone else heard that. Did Inez cut out for a second?
Yes.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what you said. Fiaros, right? It's the way that we pronounce
Fiallos.
Gloria's.
Fiallos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let me start from the beginning. This is Unstuck Your Business number 74, Empowering Hands, Building Jobs, Changing Lives. We are starting in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Unstuck Your Business. Today, we're diving into the incredible work that Creating Jobs is doing around the world. Creating Jobs is an organization dedicated to developing businesses in impoverished communities, from providing essential resources to fostering innovation and sustainable growth. Creating Jobs is changing lives by giving entrepreneurs the tools they need to succeed. Join us as we speak with Evan Keller and Gloria Fiarios, who will share inspiring stories, impactful strategies, and how businesses can be a force for good in transforming the global communities.
Welcome to our podcast, Evan and Gloria. This is Unstuck Your Business. And if you wouldn't mind taking just a moment to share with our audience a little more about yourselves and about Creating Jobs organization. When and how did Creating Jobs get started? I'll start with you, Evan.
Right. So just personally, for fun, I like to go mountain biking and playing hoops and lots of outdoor adventures with my nephews. We explore lakes and mountains and make trails and do art together. And then with my mom, who's 78 and having some health problems, we go a lot to the art museums and concerts and so forth. And one more thing, personally, my daily goals are to learn, create, relate, move, give, and thank. So that's a bit about me. And before Gloria says something about herself, I just want to say, wow, I'm so honored to have Gloria on our team. She's an awesome educator, and she's one of the rare people that is not good, but great at 4 things all at once: technology, details, people, and communication. And I feel like I might be okay at 1 or 2 of those, but she balances all of those at once. And just to prove it, 5 of our team members were in Uganda in November, and we are loving meeting with our partners and seeing the wildlife in the safari. And one of us said, we should stay another week because Glory would have no problem doing all of our jobs if we just stayed here and enjoyed this 1 more week. She can do it.
It sounds like a blessing and a curse, Gloria.
Yeah, both. No, definitely a blessing to be part of Creating Jobs. Thank you, Evan, for your great introduction. Okay, now it's my turn to introduce. I have been with Creating Jobs for a year, and something about myself, I like music. I enjoy reading, and also watching movies. I have a baby daughter. She's 2 years old. And I have a background in teaching and educational administration. And over the past year, being with Creating Jobs, it has been a blessing, a great opportunity to contribute in various areas, including administration, communication. I've also enjoyed being an instructor in the academy and in developing the educational platform. So it's a pleasure to be here. And now I'll hand it over to Evan so that he can share more about how Creating Jobs started.
Gloria, I do have a curious question very quickly. Was Evan able to stay in Uganda while you were taking care of the kids?
Yeah, he stood. He stood in Uganda.
Oh, well, that's a good asset to have, Evan.
It is amazing and has an awesome attitude and great background and education, which helps us tremendously. But it's such a pleasure to be with you on your awesome podcast. Thank you so much, Inez, Edith. You guys are awesome. And yeah, to answer, when and how Creating Jobs got started, I think, it might have to backtrack to 2005 when I became an accidental entrepreneur. I was a nonprofit leader and was loving my career for 19 years. But then my wife contracted Lyme disease, and she said, we have to figure out a way to pay for these treatments. So I said, well, I better start a business. So I started, of all things, tree service. And that was 19 years ago. And now we are one of the leading tree services in Central Florida with 25 employees and over 580 reviews on Google.
Wow.
With a 4.9 star average. So we're blessed. It was tough in the beginning days, but a lot of the things I learned in business transferred over to helping other folks to start and grow thriving businesses around the world. And so I saw what a force for good business could be in the way you treat your employees, your customers, your vendors, what you do with your time, your influence, your profits. And so I kind of felt led to connect that with the Heart for the Poor that I already had through the InterVarsity nonprofit I worked for, where we took college students to Haiti and to Hurricane Katrina relief trips, where I really felt, the strongest sense of purpose, in serving the poor and vulnerable, and felt so close to God. And so I felt like that was probably my calling in life, was to connect business with poverty alleviation.
And you said, and this started in 2005, so it's been 20 years.
I'm sorry. I started my business, Tree Work Now, Inc. in 2005. And then Creating Jobs was started in 2009 with the original, registration with the government. But our first trip with someone, Manny de la Vega,
Yes.
in 2011 was to Haiti and Honduras. And in Haiti, we've come a long way. World-class curriculum was one of our values. And we showed up in Haiti and they said, "Where's your world-class curriculum?" It's like, oh, well, we're working on that. And, a few years later now, we have 6 courses and our partners think they're world-class. So, and then in Honduras, we showed up and Manny and I were pretty young then, and in 2011. And some of the folks, business owners that we were going to mentor, were older than we were. And they said, "Oh, we thought you would be older." That was a little awkward. But Manny and I are older now, so.
Now you qualify? No. I'm sure you were very well qualified then. You're both very intelligent and, very wise businessmen. And what I love about both you and Manny, and I'm sure Gloria probably has an essence of this as well, is that you are all natural mentors. You're so giving with your experience and information, and you really want to see other people succeed. And I just applaud that about you, because just being an entrepreneur, we do share a lot of information, but the way that you, Manny, and I am absolutely certain Gloria, share your information with the hopes of success on the other end is just inspiring.
Edith?
And I want to say, I think it's amazing. And it's such a great thing to hear that you both, because Manny does have a very successful business as well. And it sounds like you, Evan, have a very successful for-profit business. And to transfer that into a nonprofit business model and to do it with the sense of really, truly, genuinely helping the community, I think that is an example we want to set with every small business out there. And, how can we transfer our knowledge, our experience, our talent, our skills for the benefit of the community in itself, and especially with you guys with impoverished communities? How can we mentor the people in this impoverished community so that it's all a win-win, right? Is when we lift up and when we mentor people that can use what we have, it's a totally win-win. So I'm very curious because I have gone through your website. I have learned some of the stories, but I'm sure you both have some stories that stand out from your years in creating jobs. So I want to start with you, Gloria. What is an example of a transformation story that through the entrepreneurship programs that you have facilitated? Is there anything you can share with us that it was like a wow moment of transformation in your community?
Yes, sure. And I will share the inspiring story of Dina Quintero. She's also from Honduras. She's a woman of resilience, of lots of creativity and purpose. So beginning with the early years of Dina, when she was 15 years old, Dina's parents separated, leaving her to raise her 5 younger siblings. So this responsibility shaped her deeply, but her perspective changed when she took our Startbook course. And now Dina is a thriving entrepreneur. She started selling printed and embroidered shirts. But while she was taking our Startbook course, she had a breakthrough. Why buy shirts when she could manufacture them herself? So this decision increased her profit margin and created jobs for her mother and her deaf sister, who had struggled to find work. And also, she found a way to reduce waste by using leftover fabric to create pet clothing and collars, launching a new product line, and also employing her husband. And now Dina has an even greater vision. She dreams of hiring more people from marginalized communities, especially those who are deaf. She even plans to reinvest her profits into improving her neighborhood's main road. So her story proves that business isn't just about making money. It's about stewarding resources, creating jobs, and transforming communities. So at Creating Jobs, we believe that work and business serve a greater purpose. We don't just teach entrepreneurship, we equip people to drive lasting change. And Dina really embodies this mindset. And
So Gloria, and remind me, this she is in Honduras, right?
She is in Honduras. She lives in Cihuatepeque.
And can you tell us a little bit about her community?
Yeah, she lives in Cihuatepeque, Honduras. That city is like 1 hour away from the main city, the capital city, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. It's a beautiful place, very fresh place, and there she has her business, and also she is teaching Startbook courses to other entrepreneurs. And that's the great thing about Dina, that now she wants to inspire others. And as she mentions, she always says the Startbook changed her perspective, and she wants others also to be transformed as she was in the inner, so that she can reflect that in the outside. So Dina's journey reminds us of something powerful. When people realize they are children of God with a gift to share, incredible things happen.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And so I want to go with Evan. And Evan, I know you spent a great deal of time in Uganda. I remember that when I tried to connect with you, you were writing a program or rewriting or starting a new program and you were in Uganda. I remember because I sent you the email, hey, Evan, let's connect and what have you. It's like, I'm in Uganda. So I'm sure you have plenty of inspiring stories from Uganda as well. So do you mind sharing the one that you felt is the most transforming in your opinion?
Sure. Thank you, Inez. Yes, I did fall in love with Uganda and I almost didn't come home. It was so great. Um, so yeah, we have 35 partner organizations and several are in Latin America, several are in Asia, and several are in Africa. And Uganda has the highest concentration of organizations that we serve in Uganda. And the gentleman who is our part-time staff there is named Joel. And he's an awesome example of a business owner who uses his business to serve. And so I want to tell you a little bit about his story. His name is Joel Andabwa and he lives in Kampala, Uganda, which is the capital. And his heart was breaking as he witnessed far too many fatherless and floundering youth
Mm,
in Uganda. Now, Uganda has the fifth youngest population in the world, and men
mm,
there die younger than the women. Average age of death is 63. So they die early from diseases such as malaria, tuberculosis, HIV, also traffic accidents, etc. So there's so many children, one of the youngest populations in the world, and so few fathers. So Joel was involved in part of the solution through an orphan ministry at his church. So he served with them for 8 years and they place hundreds of orphans into families. And so that is where he kind of got this sense of calling that he was supposed to be a father, even beyond his own children, right? So he's adopted a couple children, but he also wanted to use his business to mentor young people. But he had a printing business and he only needed a couple employees, but he wanted to mentor so many more. So he thought to himself, okay, what type of business could support many young apprentices? Then he thought about his own gifts and talents, and that's how so many entrepreneurs get started, right? Like, what am I good at? What are my
mm,
passions? How did that connect with the needs of my community? And he said, I'm a neat freak. I love to keep everything really clean in my car, my house. So he started a commercial cleaning business and called it Upscale Sparkle. So he's actively
mm,
helping his employees to dream big and to think about their future, even beyond being an employee of their commercial cleaning company. He has 22 young employees, and all of them are from the slum communities in Kampala that he has such a heart for, and where he sees a lot of fatherless youth. So they're 18 to 30 years old, and he's found a way to give them full time pay for part time work.
wow.
Now, he does this because long-term cleaning contracts don't pay very well at all. If you go to an office building every night, they give you very little per night. Instead, he works really hard and finds short-term cleaning jobs, which pay more. So mostly post-construction, after an office building or a house has been completed, it needs a really good, thorough cleaning job. So he employs them part-time and then he encourages them and helps them during the rest of their week to explore their dreams. He's like,
Mm,
what are you good at? What do you want to become? And it may not be in cleaning, it might just be a step along the way. So, for example, Eddie now attends a business institute, one of his employees. Another employee, Brenda, goes to college. And so she has time and money to go to college because of her job at Upscale Sparkle. Others are starting small businesses of their own. Nicholas sells electronics. Andrew delivers meals. Joloba runs a grocery shop.
mm,
So, and then next, since he's built a sense of community amongst these 22 employees, he's about to start teaching them our empowerment and business training courses. So, the Creating Jobs curriculum. And I want to share a quote from Joel. Here's what he says. Through this process, their dignity is restored, their self worth is affirmed, and their family stories are transformed. Our goal is not to just to provide jobs, but to change lives, helping these young adults to realize their potential and break the cycles of poverty and neglect in their communities. We are helping to create a brighter, more hopeful future for those who need it most. So, what impresses me most about Joel, and I'll end with this, he is community service isn't an afterthought for Joel's business.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
core purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, he does pursue profit so that he can lift more youth from the slums. And yes, business and profit needs profit, right? Just like people need oxygen. But who makes merely breathing the main purpose of their life? So let's aim a little higher, right?
Yeah.
So we're just so honored to have someone like Joel work for us in Uganda and oversee our partnerships there. And he's definitely inspiring those organizations to raise up entrepreneurs like himself.
I want to meet Joel. I am just like, can we just meet him? Can we just bring him into the
He's
Zoom call?
awesome. He
I
could
want to
be
meet
on your
him.
podcast next week.
Absolutely. It may not be a bad idea as a part two to bring people like Joel into the podcast to tell their stories from the other side of the world. Feeling overwhelmed by your to-do list? Emails, scheduling meetings, managing customer inquiries, social media. The list never ends. But guess what? You don't have to do it all. Let a virtual assistant from Business Essentials Virtual Assistant help you say goodbye to the mundane task of running your business and reclaim your passion over essentials. From administrative tasks, customer support, social media, marketing, and more, we've got you covered. It's like having an extra pair of hands without the overhead. Ready to work smarter, not harder? Visit us today at businessessentialsva.biz. Again, businessessentialsva.biz, and get the help you need today.
Right.
Yeah, that reminds me. I want to add that Gloria is joining us from Honduras today. So
Yes.
this is a no boundaries sort of reach.
Yes, but I would love to have an episode with actual recipients of the program and that have started their businesses and things like that. Because I think, but that story just gave me goosebumps. Not only that, because if you notice, the title of our episode is Creating Jobs, Changing Lives. And in the quote that you mentioned about Joel, he just said that. And we had not talked to each other about this. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's exactly the title of this episode. And Joel just said it in his quote, Creating Jobs, Changing Lives. And so it's a beautiful thing. And the fact that he's a neat freak, that sold me because I'm one too.
That's funny.
Something else that I wanted to add to this is I am astounded by this powerful trickle effect that there is within creatingjobs.org. Like I can't even imagine. I don't know, maybe you have a number, Evan, how many jobs have been created through your organization. But I imagine that it gives and gives and gives and gives. So as a business owner, you're one, and I'm assuming that many of the people working and volunteering with creatingjobs.org are also business owners, and they can add their experience and share it with the recipients within the program. That is so rewarding. I mean, just that in itself, that to know that, just a small part of your volunteer work has taken this this idea, and it's become so many things that have changed lives in a positive way. So, with that in mind, what are, that's a huge benefits, but what are some other benefits that a small business owner in the U.S. can gain from the organization?
From engaging with creating jobs, yes.
That sounds, it's a great question. A little bit later, Gloria will share how entrepreneurs can serve with us. But as Edith is asking, let me share what entrepreneurs might gain themselves from getting involved with us. I think the first thing would be maybe to read some of our books and apply them to your own businesses. We do have US and developing world editions of our curriculum. So if you looked on Amazon for Grow Book second edition, there is a US English version. And Grow Book helps small business owners to take their businesses from 5 to 25 employees. So it goes through a simple, systematic way to build systems and people to mature your business so that it can stand on its own feet. I kind of think of a business as a child. Like if you always have to baby it, then it's not mature, right? And
Mhm.
you want to eventually have an adult relationship with your business where you can come and go and still make investments in it, but it doesn't control your life, right? And so working in your business is okay at the beginning, but you want to get to the point where you can work on your business and continue to improve it and not always be the operational leader. So that's what GrowBook can help you with. And some of our other courses can help you to integrate your business with your character, your faith, your community service. And then, of course, if you do serve with us, either internationally or through our Zoom Academy, the teacher always learns more than the student, right?
Yes.
Gloria, you're a teacher. I'm sure you can attest to that. So as you share your business acumen with others alongside of us, it sharpens you. And I've noticed that in my own business. I'm a little better at my own business because I'm having to think through, okay, what is it that makes things effective? And that, Edith was mentioning, it strengthens your own sense of purpose as you serve others with your time, your talent, your treasure, and we definitely have opportunities for you to do that. And then we also have a business sponsorship program. If your company wants to adopt Creating Jobs Inc. as part of their giving back strategy, it can strengthen your engagement with both your employees and your customers. And how? With employees, they'll find fulfillment using their skills to lift the vulnerable. And then with
Mhm.
customers, they like doing business with companies that care for more than just the bottom line.
I love that. I love what you just said. And I can only imagine I'm just visualizing if every small business out there will think of helping others create businesses to create jobs around the world. Imagine the ripple effect. I can only imagine the
Right.
ripple effect that would have throughout the world. We can literally just minimize so many ailments that we have in our communities throughout the world by just taking on a little bit of time to teach others how to build businesses and create jobs. I mean, my mind is just blowing right now as to what the vision could be if every single small business owner that is listening to our podcast today will take the time to join hands with creating jobs, learning their systems, and teaching others how to create jobs as well. So thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate you sharing that. I'm just going to switch gears a little bit here because I'm just very curious about something. I know that this is very inspiring and we love what you guys are doing, but I'm sure that there is challenges on the other side of the world when it comes to creating jobs and to establishing businesses. So what are things that if I were to get engaged with creating jobs, I should be probably aware of that can help whomever we are trying to empower and mentor on the other side of the world?
Awesome. Yeah, that is definitely a great question. And this is the last question I'll take. And Gloria, I want to make space for her. She'll address the rest of the questions for today. But yeah, it's challenging to start a business anywhere, but as you've mentioned, around the world, there can be even additional challenges. So finding funding for your business is a hard thing anywhere in the world, but it's even more difficult in the developing world. Also, I noticed that a lot of entrepreneurs in the developing world don't know that um, innovation is such a key to finding your unique value. It's too common for people to have copycat businesses, just to do something
Mhm.
that someone else has already done. So breaking out of that mindset is a challenge. And then, of course, there's restrictive laws and taxes in many countries
Mhm.
that make it even harder to start and grow a business. And worst of all, there's often poor infrastructure, unreliable electricity. Imagine how you would run your own business if you didn't know if the power was going to be on for half
Mhm.
the day. Um, and then, things like gang extortion in some places make it
Oh,
even hard
wow.
to market your business. In one country, we saw um, black spray paint over the phone number on the sign of a beauty salon that we were mentoring. And we were curious about that. And it's like, that can't be good for your marketing if people can't even call you. But, it wasn't customers who were calling. It was the gangs who wanted to provide protection for them as they, provide the gangs with a monthly income. So it's
Mhm.
yeah. So developing world entrepreneurs, those are our heroes because
Yes.
we know how hard it is to run a business here in the US, and it's even harder around the world. And they just
Mhm.
have such a heart for their families, communities, and for creating jobs for others that are definitely our heroes, and we want to do all
Mm.
we can to empower them.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Last but not least, we like to keep our podcast to 30 minutes, but how can our small business owners audience help with your mission?
Well,
And I
that's
guess
that's
Gloria is the one that's going to take
yeah.
on this one.
Yeah, what a privilege to answer this question. That's a great question. And small business owners in the US have so many ways to get involved and help expand our mission. First, they can join a discovery trip, traveling to meet our international partners, providing training and mentorship, and just experiencing firsthand the incredible impact of entrepreneurship in these communities. And if they're interested, they can explore our page, creatingjobs.org slash discover. They can also train partners by teaching a unit in our online academy, equipping local leaders to deliver our courses efficiently. Another big way is to help is by building partnerships, introducing new organizations to our program, and helping them successfully implement it. So if they're interested, they can also go to creatingjobs.org/partner. For those who have business experience, they can mentor international entrepreneurs, offering guidance to business owners and their mentoring networks. But some may prefer to advise our team, whether by connecting us with leaders, offering financial insights, or supporting our operational growth. And of course, practical support is always valuable. Business owners can volunteer in areas like trip collaboration, training events, and partner support. Lastly, they can contribute through donations and or business sponsorships, helping entrepreneurs and facilitators join our program, empowering them to create jobs and transform communities. So no matter their skills or resources, there's a way for every small business owner to make a real impact.
Thank you so much, Gloria. For our small business owners audience, take note of the many ways you can support this amazing organization that is literally changing the world and changing the lives of so many around the world. So
Yes.
at this point, we have talked about so many things, and this has been such a great conversation. Let me tell you, I needed this kind of conversation today. It's so inspiring and so motivating. But what would you say are the main three takeaways for our listeners from the discussion today, from the talk today?
Yeah. Well, first of all, to know that we as Creating Job, we offer an entrepreneurship program grounded in biblical principles and aimed at inspire a business approach based on generosity, co-creation, and community transformation. So our courses provide practical tools to help businesses run more smoothly, grow profitably, and serve their communities. The second one would be that we use a train-the-trainer approach, meaning that we do not just teach, we equip leaders to train others and to multiply the impact. So small business owners in the US, for example, and other parts of the world as well, they can improve their businesses by applying the principles taught in our courses, which cover everything from finances and leadership to marketing, production, customer service. And something very, very important is that they provide real actionable steps to strengthen their businesses. But the third one would be that there are also multiple ways small business owners can support our mission through discovery trips, training partners, building partnerships, mentoring international entrepreneurs, providing advice to our team, volunteering, donations, and business sponsorships. That would be the three main takeaways, Ines.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you. That's great information that you just shared with us. So to close our conversation, this has been such an amazing conversation today.
Yes.
Where can our audience connect with you? And do you have any upcoming programs that our audience can take advantage of?
Yeah. We have an upcoming English Academy that will start in a week. And all the information, the best ways to connect us through our website. We have all the information there, www.creatingjobs.org. There they can learn more about what we do and find different ways to get involved. And if they just want to reach out, they can fill out a form that it's in the Contact Us section, and we'll get back to them. And if they're interested in specifically getting interested in a partnership with us, we recommend filling out the form in the partner section, where they can select the type of organization they're with. And of course, they can always email us directly, either Evan at creatingjobs.org, or me, Gloria, at creatingjobs.org, or at info@creatingjobs.org. And we would love to hear from them.
Thank you, Gloria. And so, audience, you can see there's plenty of ways to get connected with Creating Jobs. There's plenty of ways to partner with Creating Jobs. I want to thank you, Evan and Gloria, for creating jobs and changing lives around the world. So thank you for being our podcast.
It's our pleasure.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that, we want to thank you. Let us know what you think about today's topic by leaving us a comment and a review of our podcast.
And if you found some value on the information shared in this podcast, please subscribe and share. And you can find us on our Facebook page, Unstuck Your Business, and join the conversation and engage with other entrepreneurs as together we help each other unstuck our business. Until next time.
Until next time.